Mema menua eye Ivan Akwaba. Nana Chey, abom ti say.
Nyamiadom. I'm say ora they just say yeah diaspora your friend saying rep
That's right. And we open na me pe.
what's that hitro every plane be free Africa I hate we be now na search Ghana for
Nana Chey unim say ehon so na me bogard pa o hitro.
yeah. So I think as a heighten of vigilance na more when you come and you were Juma be very honest because my catcher say and then I'm a catcher say yes I say yeah do since 2021 I'm not sure say in your contact and we've been speaking all these years all because of idea back the state again na call na nneɛma nkoye wasn't so much about say among for a fight for power na omaba benye two media baba ya adibi and as a personal interest be was on the line but now had the rate at which I na nkrofo we ya faswa omoya Ghana say abusua japade a omode ye de omope no na every right thinking man in society bia no will have to rise irrespective of where you stand across the political divide no now see you coming together and you catch almost say enough of this nonsense and I think that is exactly what we did so it wasn't so much to say ubi time ubi and I did with the money assign yet the crowd and say majority of the guys are leading this crusade most of them are NPP guys for yourself, Captain Smart, your friend is Kevin Taylor, and several others. These are guys now we NPP for. But and I'm a person of conscience. It always get to a time as I activated that conscience, no matter working for you. So when evil staring in your face, you can't say oh maybe I'm a party in the no. That era is long gone, and I think and internet nyina say obia bo your friends Ghana for abaso say ne amanfo abeti politics ase a sansem hunu na ye hunu eto atwa
Nana Chey unim say entintan so de wunyina nim sam ye NDC ni o. Etini e wo kokra amanfo so o. John Mahama no amam sika sa Dr. Ren no no ono wo de face the country by ye no we amanfo nne am say Chere me baby I'm a NDC party card but I will show you my NPP party card since 1998.
Yes. You see, that is how narrow-minded and emotional some of these people can be sometimes. You know, Chrome High, you want so yeah, Diana, among 4 person mubu abam na omo render irrelevant. All that you have to do is to tag the person to a political party. Now, and I'm last now will be say, oh, may NDC here. What is wrong with being NDC? NDC.
What is it? Ghana for? What is even wrong with being an NDC member?
If you can be a proud person and call yourself NPP, what makes you think is I cannot be NDC? So I think that some of these are childish kind of stuff, or sometimes people use to get their way through some of these conversations. But you see, we've grown beyond those things. So more cannot warp your determination and your conviction. And I think that over the years, there has been a lot of your friends attempt from a lot of people. Boko TV, so people are circulating old pictures and then I say for them, but you see, when you are determined and you're focused and you know where you're getting to, some of these distraction and saboteurs, cannot stop you. You understand? The ultimate goal was to ensure, we get these criminals out of power. And I think, Obeka said, inshallah, and we are here. They are out there. And the new phase, has begun. And Adabia Mekase, and yes, you two are buying beer, and they are buying for a back. No, so about the same thing. No. And the gun of 1 year beer. Nipano or party, Baudin Semhuna, I think, they will expose you. And Ghanaians will get to know who you really are. And I think that is the new phase of politics are going forward, As a activity over the years. Now, we not have a conversation that make about the third force and then as for a lot of people were so much emotionally pained to that particular way. So I didn't make us answer. You see, you can't third force and yet an individual. Third force is not an individual. And your political movement, almost say a new force. It is one of the forces. So you can't third force. Third force are political movement aside the NDC and the NPP. That forms the duopoly. So a collection of political movement via or seeking to topple this duopoly is third force. So I'm more being never been Jim man who you can't tell force and I'm for because some of us don't have time to be addressing individuals on those kind of, especially when the political relevance you're very minute, very small. We don't have time to waste on those things. But when they say political third force, we mean all political movement that is seeking to topple this duopoly. So I think
Ivan, even for the purpose of education, yeah, would there be? Ufa eye Ghana, one of the things I make us say, yen be brainwa kasa won 10 times. But when it comes to the knowledge in democracy and in our politics, be brainwa na dwene no any omunim de no form. Not to disrespect any person. But you see, ufa eye 1979 to 1981, near a third force political party. Ewo Ghana. Inti nya dia eye bibi fufuro bia obi introduce you. It has been there many years. So obi ba no ka third force na so obi ba no aye say ono no aye ne ho samra na ewo mu a. Look, I mean I was only re-echoing what happened in 1979. Say 1979 ye kwa kwato abado. Na there was two duopoly political party and omaye omo ho chenchen hene. It me the third force bi ba na ekoye all these smaller parties coming together to put pressure. Senia eja NPP ni NDC fo be hunu ne say, oh, se me ko 8 years anya kan ne ken say yes NPP for NDC for neighbor and answer kan ne ken say NPP and NDC for neighbor. But then they can also think beyond. They say there is also another force one more pressing and say we should develop the nation, and if not they can also come and take power. No most way do so.
Yes, and I'm crying when this whole thing started. I said, the new force I see is a new wave of thinking. It's not a political movement, but a new wave of thinking where average Ghanaian will heighten his political vigilance, tone down on emotions and partisan affiliations, and say, hey, I say going forward, it is our job because new generation, people have come to understand politics. We are going to hold people accountable. That is the new wave of thinking, seeing politics from a different perspective. To me, that is the third force. Because third force is about having a guiding, your friend saying, force to be a in China, a bit the duopoly in line, making sure that they do the right thing. But Umiaba, Akufo-Addo ba, Mahama ba no din semhuna, so you have a vibrant, reasonable political force. Not necessarily a political movement though, but these are intelligent people out there who can subject government doings, actions and inactions to critical scrutiny. And at the end of the day, or more making sure say for so force of my resign. You resign because you see other countries have gotten there. UK, I think about we conservative party of Korean and Labour by. Prime ministers in a different 3 and now 4 resign
yes.
Not because another political party be shadow more, but they had that third force. The new wave of thinking. People are reasonable on one case in the party. So they are quick enough to point out. So you resign. But say Obinso kasa ono so wosika na obetimi aboabo nkrofo ano na wa form political party. Nobody is going to stop anybody. But what we are saying is get serious. Organize yourself properly, make people believe, say, indeed, you're really in for business, not just playing around on emotions and kind of stuff and reappear during election period and things that you can win election. That has always been my concern. So third force, the OBI is entitled, and third force, Alan Kahon, Mia Madame Fukofi Quarantine Kahon, your friend is saying CPP Kahon. These are a collection of major political forces who go into contest seeking to topple this duopoly, Omo and a part of this third force. Omo being quite a man, like I said, third force, as if we are addressing an individual. You don't have time to be addressing individuals. We are speaking to issues, and I think that's exactly why we are here.
Ivan, na unse udin komo we abe. Media na de want say the so-called third force for no. Omo se NPP ni NDC ngeno. Obehunu na CPP for nam. Na NDC MPP for na finance wo.
Yes.
Ubehunu na aye chedanam na MPP finance no. Ubehunu na Mahama Ayariga nam na NDC finance no. Ubehunu na other political parties ekuya don come no nam. Are they serious to even form a third force?
And Americans say, you see, when you are far and you are emotionally charged, what TikTok so now okay cancer answer now sometimes people don't have much information about some of these things. But those of us who are very closer into the politics and ankasa hano, we know very well some of the major political parties and individuals are just proxies. This is what people don't get it. They are proxies being used for several other reasons. Politicians, so know the other side of it, you understand why a political party will make sure they get those proxies and those individuals there. I'm not saying so being acophobia, but those things. So what in China, if you don't understand these things, what do wakoma beka kwashim akokasa kodidi obi atama wakoma be ya, but indeed those guys are in there to do business. You understand? Because they know the daunting task. They know very well capturing political power is not possible, considering Nema or Mwankasa Nyanya. Because to win political power, no, it's a crucial undertaking, a lot of resources, a lot of investment, a lot of structure, your friends, and framework kind of where you need to set up. I'll be making sure, going into elections, even pollsters can even run and analyze or presence and then how or make figure will impact on the elections. But if these things are not there and we throw it out there for emotionally charged young people who are very ignorant about issues of politics to fixate on them and kind of sometimes it makes this whole conversation some wavy. So I think we need to really get serious. If we want somebody are you ready to form a third force, I think structurally they need to organize. Oh, nobody is going to stop anybody from doing it. And I think that you will get a lot of people, your fans are supporting you. There is something among Nyanya. You see, when this whole fix the country thing started, there were a lot of intelligent guys in this thing. You can talk about Oliver, you can talk about some your friend is saying yourself, you can talk about Captain Smile, you can talk about this. All the guys now who are seeking say we are tired of NDC NPP. Did you see any of them moving to support any of the so-called third forces? So sit down and ask yourself why. I think that's the same way my kind of radio no so fine. Sa Nipana, Oliver, several other people are not giddy, no. Some of us, Did you see any form joining any of these so-called way, no? Just sit down and ask yourself why. So when you answer now, I think that people will tone down.
My main show, any question say bullion van be per se Johnny. I don't know somebody a year go the big good play money Johnny call a year Saudi Arabia. This hold a year gold for oils a year a Freddy say wahala ya Dr. Mahmoud Baumia de Betua Bontin. I'm out for say sa gold for oil ya nanka esenka a year policy papa be a beboa my Ghana no. Akwa say it was a way and not politicians if only be a day siphoning our gold resources out of the country without accounting for it. I don't know. So we need to video no so.
Yes, I think from Enra Basin the video has been circulating on social media and Mahu is a PMC for the
PMMC.
Yes, Mochrim Kwanya omo faswa omo yesa niema no na enye krono de omo business as usual omo ye transporting gold in the name of other private investors are omo de kwa bonten na se for them. But you see what you saw Ghana for GP akobo trade ewo we no. You see, I don't want to even focus on what happened, but the level of mistrust man for war in the institutions of state like this. Because a man for any trust in these institutions, people think these people are just operating at the behest of certain powerful forces out there. People are transporting gold in the name of some individuals to safer places outside Ghana. Now, there be because a Ghana will gold, next year they kwakwaje oil, a ban sign and a Dubai and a Bayer the safe haven for your friends gold and then as for them. This whole transaction, no kwanya first yes, and this whole gold for oil thing, I don't know the kind of proper regulations I go through Parliament. Yet to me, I come up with a proper framework here about regularize how these things are done. Because you can't just wake up a day and say, mesesa gold de akwa oil. Without a proper legal framework be a daha, you best structure and monitor how much gold is leaving, how much oil is coming, and then as a phone. Because now we gold who Japan. Oko US the country in the entire dollar is stable, and they said they have a huge gold reserve. And then they estimate safeguard protected the dollar. Amana yedrua are fairly stable for over 100 years and over. So who gold who time gold nisa what they call oil. After all, what time gold now the core market is yasa kwa time our your friends over US is yana kasa kwa ton gold da kwa posika dollar pen na upa winya. Na sa dollar no you can equally use that particular money to your friends and buy oil no na se for them. Say obi or any fine ideas, the new wave of doing that particular thing, making sure say ebeboa. The most important thing, and that's obetimi frame in such a way say obetimi educate a man for money party as here. Cause and so offer obi or member of parliament now the neba. Now man a platform said this oil for gold deal on church room. Obeto papa so they don't even know, they don't even understand, they don't even know how it works. How much gold I'll go into this whole transaction, oil, the whole